Hi everyone. So we're just going to talk a little bit about a professional narrative because you're going to be asked to talk about what your professional narrative is in your forthcoming assignment. So let's have a little bit of a look about what it is. I'm going to show you a text here from a newspaper. This comes from a book by Christopher Hall about and Hall's work, he talks about social work narratives in it. This is right at the beginning of his book, and this comes from a newspaper excerpt from 1993. Armoured with correctness and righteousness, social workers go into the world hunting for what they see as evil, working constantly amongst the losers of society. It would be surprising if they did not develop a sense of knowing better than the rest of us. As individuals, they are well-intentioned and often highly committed to the welfare of their clients. But entrenched behind their ideology and equipped with fearsome legal authority, they have achieved powers which they are plainly unfit to hold. So there's all sorts of judgments being made about social workers here. But what it does tell us a lot about is a lot of people don't know what social workers do or the purpose of social work. There's an idea that it's around doing good charity work, being Christian, that our clients are losers. That we're well-intentioned, but usually when we talk about well-intentioned in English, we're misguided could be another word for well-intentioned. And then we talk about the authority that social workers have, and honestly, we don't have the authority that people often think we might have. Social work is also a highly politicised profession, as you would know. So as soon as there's a problem in terms of child protection, the baby PPAC case was huge in the UK, led to a lot of research and accusations about social work there. But we've seen other scandals involving the elderly, etc., with social work. So it's a very political profession, because if the government is paying for us to run something, to deliver programs, and we don't, or we're working directly for government, say in child protection, then we're accountable to that. So never forget that you're in a politicised profession. So what actually is a professional narrative? Well, perhaps it's better to take a step back before we answer that and just think that we want to know, I suppose, from individuals, but from the profession, how do we explain our actions, our assessments? How do we do that when we're in an atmosphere where we're going to be critiqued, where there's a lot of risk, where it's driven by money quite often, when we're driven by values? And what kind of language or analysis or explanations do we have as social workers to handle stressful situations and to make decisions? So we need to be accountable in some way. And that's why we use this idea of a narrative. Now, Hall talked about a lot of social workers performing the role of a social worker. So when you're performing, you're not always being authentic, right? You're playing a character. And that's what Paul was talking about in terms of being performative. Now, of course, we all perform characters. I perform a character in my role. We perform characters based on our gender, our other sort of social roles as well. So this idea of being performative is not necessarily problematic unto itself. It's how society works. But what it means is sometimes our sort of authenticity gets lost, and it's not always clear how decisions are made. So we like to think that social work is always going to be rational, factual, all of these things. But actually, it doesn't always look like that from the other side, okay, from the client's perspective or from someone who doesn't know what social work is. But when we're putting all this paperwork together in particular, people are looking at that information and thinking, well, what is it that these social workers do? So because we're such a contested profession, okay, that often we work hard, but we're not always celebrated. We've got this political environment. We want to be able to justify the practice frameworks that we use, the processes that we use, and we want to show an awareness and analysis of our power, especially our professional power. So we're going to talk about that through the rest of this section in the unit in terms of how that might relate to helping processes, engagement, things like that.